Hello, third graders, and welcome to science for today. We're going to continue looking at water and water conservation, and water conservation. So the word conservation has the word conserve in it. If you are trying to conserve something, that means that you are trying to save it. So water conservation means that you are trying to save water. How can we conserve water? How can we save water? Now let's look through some of the options of how we can keep water clean and fresh for us to drink, and ways that probably don't do that. So we talked in our last lesson about pollution and how pollution contaminates water and how it is no longer able for us to use. So that would not conserve water. Turning off the tap. So that means if we are letting the water run, then we turn it off so we don't continuously waste water through there. So that would conserve water, that would save water. Cutting down trees would not conserve water. Planting more trees makes our soil a better filtration system to get us fresh water in aquifers underneath the Earth's crust. Use less fertilizer. We learned in our last lesson that fertilizer can pollute water. So if we don't use as much, then we have less polluted water. What about if we leave the faucet on, then we're wasting more water. If we buy safer cleaning liquids, then a bunch of harmful chemicals won't get inside the water that needs to be cleaned out. Also, if we don't litter, that will not translate into the water. And we can use water wisely. Now let's think about some ways that we can conserve water at school. In the very beginning of our lesson, we talked about ways that we use water. We drink water, we use it at home all the time. There's rivers that we use for transportation and stuff like that. So how can we conserve water in school? What can we do? I want you to think about washing your hands. What would you do to conserve water when you're washing your hands? Yeah, you would probably turn off the faucet and not let it run while you're scrubbing your hands. So you'd put soap on your hands, you'd scrub them together, then turn the water on, rinse them off, turn the water off. So you could save water by turning off the tap. How can we conserve water in the kitchen? So let's think of ways that you probably use water that maybe you don't need to. Maybe instead of washing your dishes and having the water running the whole time, just fill up one side with water and then wash your dishes from there. Wash your dishes without running water. There are a lot of washing machines, or actually washing machines that wash your clothes, or dishwashers that conserve water, and they only use the amount that needs to be used to clean them. So sometimes using your dishwasher can help conserve water in the kitchen. How can you keep our rivers and lakes clean? So we can do that by not littering. That's something that we can do even starting today. If we see trash outside, we could pick it up and put it away so it doesn't end up in our water and then contaminate our lakes and rivers. How can we conserve water in the bathroom? Now, maybe you've seen this at different places, or maybe you have one of these at your house, but on the back of a toilet, if there is a little circle, there are sometimes two buttons, one that uses a little bit of water and one that uses a lot of water. So that could be one way by only flushing once, maybe, instead of flushing multiple times and having a lot of water cycle through there? Now, from everything that we've learned in the past couple of lessons, I want you to think about and reflect. Reflect means you're thinking about what you already learned, and answer these 3 questions. What is water conservation? How can we conserve water? Are there some places that pollution comes from? Or where are some places that pollution comes from? After you're finished answering these questions on Class Kick, you are complete for the day. Please make sure that you draw the lines into the correct section so I know that you are following along for our other activities and filling in the information.